Hey everybody, what's going on? Hellmite here, bringing you another video from Grab the Lantern today. Today I wanted to talk about Nunu, as yes, once again the Yeti Rider is back in the current meta, and again it's following a fairly substantial buff to his numbers and his kit. Now, we've been here before with Nunu, where Riot have given him a significant buff in an attempt to make his kit have something more of interplay and counterplay and optimization, because Nunu's kit has never had any degree of optimization at all. If there are jungle monsters around, you eat it. If there's an AD carry nearby, you blood boil it. If there's an enemy ADC nearby, you snowball it. There's almost no thought involved in Nunu's kit at all, and that's just a fact of Nunu's kit. It almost doesn't matter how many mechanics you add to Nunu's kit, he will still remain incredibly simple and incredibly unoptimized to play, because there's just not that much for him to do. And so Riot have tried to fix this before in the past with the well-fed buff that they added a couple of seasons ago, I believe now, where Nunu would gain bonus HP when he ate jungle monsters, and that could stack multiple times. Well, the problem with that is that the numbers were overtuned. Nunu ended up getting just purely ridiculously tanky too early, and Riot ultimately had to hotfix him because he was just too strong. And here we are back again in the same situation, where Riot are trying to inject more optimization and more skill expression onto Nunu. They give him bonus magic damage on hit, and they also give him the ability to give bonus AP to himself and a nearby champion. Now, that's a decent idea on paper. The problem is again, Nunu just has no optimization possible in his kit. He has no skill expression. So it just straight up gave Nunu more power than any other champion, because he just got these things added to his kit that just made him stronger. They didn't really do anything to increase his skill expression, and so Riot actually have had to hotfix him today, as a matter of fact, and reduce the amount of on-hit magic damage he gets, because he's just straight up doing too much damage while being too tanky, and everything he's doing is practically unavoidable because everything he does is targeted. So, and I basically wanted to make this video today to highlight the fact that Nunu is just plain and simple a champion that cannot be good based on the state his kit is in, because there is no optimization behind it. It's sort of the same thing that old Sion had, where old Sion just had a point-and-click stun. So the rest of his kit had to be garbage and bounced around it, because there was no counter to a point-and-click stun. He clicks on you, and you're stunned. And you die, probably, if he's AP or has a lot of damage built up. Similar to Taric. If Taric had an on-click demand stun, you had to be careful, or Taric had to be under-optimized, because there's no way to play around it. Now, fortunately, the rest of Taric's kit had trade-offs and ways to play around it, whereas Nunu's currently doesn't. There's almost no disadvantage to what Nunu does. There's no counterplay to anything Nunu is going to do. If he comes out of the jungle at fully fed, then, you know, there's not a whole lot else you can do about that. So The major thing I'm trying to get at here is that Nunu is, and I don't want to say we should Olaf him because it feels terrible for the mains of those champions, but Olafing may be what Nunu needs right now, just in that he's just not very, he can't be a good champion because he doesn't have enough optimizations that he has to make in his kit. And he realistically needs to be high on the list for a full rework. And I think he is, because he does look very old. He has a pretty outdated kit. He doesn't really have much in the way of a healthy ability, and I think that the biggest thing for me is that he was intended to be a support-ish jungler, but Ivern does everything that Nunu does in a more healthy way. He is a support that jungles, that can be a pain in the butt for the enemy jungler to deal with, but at the same time isn't so completely overstacked that he's impossible to deal with. He is still a support champion. Nunu feels like he wants to be a support, but because his kit has so few optimizations behind it, he just ends up excelling at almost everything. So what I would like to see, possibly, is for Riot to stop looking at Nunu's kit at all. Don't look at it. Make sure he's not in a completely busted state, but quit adding mechanics, quit trying to add other things to Nunu's kit, because it's just going to make him overloaded. And he already kind of is. He has the well-fed buff. He has the buff on Visionary, where he gets the next spell rank up when he casts his free spell. He now has magic damage on hit. Blood Boil now grants attack speed, AP, and movement speed to both him and his ally. There's a lot that just gets added to Nunu's kit on top of his abilities, and none of it makes him feel more skilled than he was before. He's still point-and-click stunning, or point-and-click snowballing you, point-and-click giving steroids, that sort of thing. So What I would like to see Riot do to Nunu, in all honesty, is make sure he's not broken, get him into a more reasonable state, and then just leave his kit alone, even if he's not getting played, because the only time he gets played is when he's busted. So even if he's not getting played, leave him alone until he has the opportunity to actually get a rework, because he desperately needs one. He looks old, his kit's outdated, and that is what's going to finally fix Nunu, not these sort of incremental mechanics being added to his kit that break him, get reverted, and then Nunu just disappears again. So those are just my 2 cents on the whole Nunu issue, though. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on it down in the comment section below, especially if you're a Nunu main. Please let me know. What do you guys think of these changes, and what do you guys think of just Nunu's kit in general? If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like, and if you really enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. I upload a video every Monday, Friday, and on patch days as well. And if you're looking for more Grab the Lantern content, you can check out my blog, linked down in the description below. I upload an article just about each and every single day for your enjoyment. Once again, thank you guys so very much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I'll talk to you all later.